We have MWC coming up, and obviously 6G is going to be a really big part of that show. What are the pieces of 6G that you're most excited about?
I'm incredibly excited about 6G is now real. We're starting with a huge number of technology demonstrations. If we look at how 6G is going to be AI native, what's it going to do across connectivity, sensing, compute, and then also standardization has now started. So we have a really exciting 4 years in front of us, but 6G here in 2026 is getting incredibly real with Qualcomm.
What should enterprises, service providers, and industry verticals be looking for in 6G when it gets here?
If we look at that 5G bringing like massive capacity, massive downlink data rates, huge amounts of unlimited data plans are the norm now, multi-device connectivity. If we look at 6G, that's going to continue, but and also a real big focus on uplink and coverage, making sure that that device data that's being created, we think of connected AI devices, that's going to have information go from the device back to the network. So 6G is really going to deliver on that. Great example, connected robotics. That's where 6G is going to transform enterprise.
People talk about the Internet of Trillions, don't they? I mean, sensor data, RFID. We don't really know quite how many devices they're going to be, other than it's a constellation, really. Is 6G up to that?
Absolutely. As we look at what's being connected today, that a continued expansion of IoT, I think the real transformation part is how AI is changing the reason devices need to connect. They're sharing sensor information, they're sharing data back with the cloud. So from the data center to the telco edge cloud to device, it really is a continuum. And in that connectivity piece is only getting more important. We looked at 5G bringing in satellite, non-terrestrial networking, making sure we can connect truly globally. That's going to continue into that 6G era as well.
That goes to the nature of traffic today, which is end device, big traffic down, not very much traffic up. And now we're moving back into sort of a full duplex model where traffic needs to go both ways. But then it also goes sideways, doesn't it? Because now we have agentic AI. It's getting very complicated. I guess that's why we need 6G, isn't it?
It is, and that's where we're definitely up to that challenge. We kind of handle that complexity, break it down into kind of parts we can address, and then also make sure the system's delivering value across all of those different scenarios you mentioned. I absolutely believe agentic AI is going to transform user interfaces. It's going to change the way we interact with devices, and then also the number of AI type devices around our personal constellation. And I think that's the transformative opportunity of 6G. It's bringing together the part that's evolving, getting better every single year, and then the part that's truly revolutionary. So evolution plus revolution is how we're looking at 6G.
I understand that 6G Edge will use a 5G SA core.
The 6G core is going to bring some elements up from 5G forward, but at the same time, there's going to be a huge amount of change bringing into that 6G core. So we're always looking at, across hardware and software, what's the most cost-effective upgrade path? How do we leverage existing deployments? We have a lot of exciting discussions around AI and how do we make sure 6G is truly AI native. Standardization has just begun, so we're putting together new mechanisms to make sure future data traffic patterns, the role of augmented and virtual reality, the role of connected IoT. We have to make sure that across the core, across the RAN, across compute, we're delivering on that promise. And I think a good example of that is sensing. Truly, 6G is going to have integrated sensing and communications.
Do you have any advice for, my audience on how to get ready for the 6G?
You understand, how are your customers, how are your employees, how are you connecting today? How is that evolving? We look at multi-device connectivity. You have interaction between devices. So whether it's 5G connected laptops today, 6G connected augmented reality glasses in the future, all of those things require saying, hey, how can I better compete as a company? How can my industry collaborate to make sure we're taking those foundational steps forward? So when I look at 2029 and getting ready, it's about making sure that people are trying to predict into the future, how are they going to be using data? How are they using it today? And then also understanding from their stakeholders, what are some of these promising opportunities like agentic devices that are just emerging as we speak?